because, like Monty Python, he loves spam a lot.
Lovely spam.
Here it is.
Wonderful spam.
Wonderful spam.
There you go, you see? Now, I'm a child of the 60s, and when I was a young boy, this was a treat for us, as I said earlier. My mum refused to cook on a Sunday evening, and we used to have this with a piece of lettuce, some brats to pickle, stick of celery and a bit of tomato.
Amazing.
And that was it.
Phil, is this originally from the war, is it, spam?
Yeah. 1937, the Americans produced it basically for the Second World War. A lot of the soldiers, when they came out the Second World War, hated it. But in Hawaii, it's still the national dish.
So crazy, that.
Yeah. And even Obama, when he came out of office, had a barbecue and he wanted spam on his barbecue.
Really?
I think they did a vegan version as well.
Wow.
I absolutely love it. It reminds me of my childhood, like I said before. Yeah.
Exactly. It does divide the nation. And, you know, my kids would know what it was, but I grew up with this and canned salmon. So, actually, I rather like the taste of the profile on it. It's all good. So, 2 dishes. Here we go. So, a little bit of a pilaf. Oh, there's the pilaf, which is basically a rice dish cooked in the oven. And some little scallops there. My mum used to call these potato scallops when we were kids. This was a bit of a treat.
Yeah, nice.
And it's potatoes and spam. So, very simple. Right, in this pan here, we have 1 or 2 onions, which I've just cooked down. You don't need to. You can put them in at the start if you want to, but I just give it a bit of colour.
How much would a can of spam go for?
Natalie, my boss, bought me a can for Christmas, actually, and she even put it in a little sleigh, little Santa sleigh, and wrapped it up.
Oh, I bet you've had it already, haven't you?
What do you reckon a can would go for? Like a quid,
Oh, there's
80p,
£1.68, I think, £1.68 for smaller cans, I think up to £2.
OK, so it's a
And
cheap,
bear in mind, there's
cheap
5
dinner.
ingredients in it, that's all it is. People demonise it and say it's really bad for you. It's not, it's ham and pork, it's salt, water, sugar, sodium nitrate, and that's it.
So no different
potato
from
starch. No,
beef.
sausage
Like a
or bacon,
sausage.
Yeah.
like ham. It's no different from ham.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here we go. In that, I've got an onion. To that, I'm going to add long grain rice. In that goes, just like that. You want to just coat the rice in a little bit of the oil that you've got there. 1 can of spam goes on top of that, chopped up like that. Okie dokie.
Lovely taste to it, Phil.
I'll
Really
tell you,
lovely
it
and
imparts,
salty.
lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
it
gorgeous.
imparts a flavour to a rice dish, which is, to me, is really tasty.
Yeah.
Then what you do is you add your water on top of this. OK, on that goes.
This is such an easy dish.
Normally, it's double the amount of water per volume of rice. OK.
So it's kind of like a risotto.
Yes, a pilaf. Risotto you cook on the top.
Yeah.
Pilaf you cook in the oven,
Right,
and it uses
OK.
different rice. Then I'm going to add here we go. So I've got a fresh courgette. I'll put that there, you can see it. Frozen broad beans, frozen peas, all frozen or fresh. In it goes at this stage. As long as you cut the vegetables nice and small like that, especially the courgette.
Beautiful veg, that, isn't it? Look at the colours, look so nice.
You can, it's up to you. I've got a stock cube here. It's really up to you whether you use it or not. There's enough.
Mentioning no
flavour in
brands,
it.
but...
No, I'm not mentioning any brands at all.
That big old X there.
No, I'll just say it's the crumbly one, and that goes.
Is that chicken or beef you use?
That's chicken. No salt, because you've got it out of the can already. Bit of pepper. And then you want to put the lid on there, and that go into the oven.
Look how easy
around
that is.
about 180 to 200 degrees centigrade, gas 6. 12, as long as that's boiling, 12 minutes.
That's it?
That's it. Now, if you don't want to put the oven on,
So
you could
good.
turn this right down very low and you're cooking the same amount of time, OK? Then when it comes out, you want to leave it for about 5 minutes, stir a little bit of butter in, and this is what I did earlier. I want to show you this one, so this is in real time.
This is delicious.
Yeah, and this is what it looks like. So there's your vegetables.
Oh, that's so nice.
Looks healthy as well, doesn't it?
It's not too bad. And if you just, if I fold that over, you'll see that all that lovely juice is taken up
Look at that.
by the rice. Now, you can, if you really want to be a bit more decadent, add a little touch of butter, 1 tablespoon, just to give it a glossiness. Re-season it, check the taste, but you shouldn't need it. For that one there, for instance, I haven't re-seasoned yours at all. It's just the
Well, you wouldn't need any more... Like, I like a bit of pepper, but you wouldn't need any more salt in
No.
there at all.
And sometimes this is quite nice. Left go cold, next day with a fried egg on top, a bit of bread. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, moving on to the next
Everything tastes great the next day with a fried egg on top, doesn't it?
Doesn't it just? Now, when I was a little boy, on a Sunday night or a weekend, we had a bit of a treat, and my mum would cook potatoes like these.
Yeah.
These are Jersey rolls, with a little bit of onion and a bit of spam.
Yeah.
Sometimes she didn't put the spam inside at all, it was just onion potato, and she called them scallops. OK,
Yeah.
now her batter was just flour and water. My batter's a bit slightly different. I use surf-facing flour and sparkling water, so it gets a bit more lift, a bit more aerated. So, mix this up, and this has got about a 20-minute life. So when you make up your batter with self-raising flour, as soon as you add liquid to that, it's an acid and alkali reaction, which causes carbon dioxide, which gives that lovely fluffy batter. After 20 minutes, that goes. So when I had the restaurant, I had a bank of timers when cooking fish and chips.
Yeah.
She said, Chef, right, make up the batter. 20 minutes it went off, make a fresh one, so that you constantly had a fresh, lively...
Would it still work? It just wouldn't do... It still works as batter?
It does, but it's not as light as it
Gotcha.
should be. OK, so normally about 20 minutes. Now, what you do is, you'll see here...
Make a little sandwich.
Little sandwich. Anything goes inside. I'll just show you that one there. So there you go. There's a bit of spam. Onions, if you want a vegetarian
Let's
version.
have a try.
You get into the
really
batter.
good.
Is it good?
Like that. And then over here, make sure the batter comes off. It's a sort of double cream consistency.
Nice.
And there you go. I'll do another one.
Oh, my goodness, you should just have a shop selling those. Those are great.
Oh, people do demonise it, and people say, oh, you shouldn't be using it. But do you know what? Every chef I know, famous and unfamous, have some sort of vice in food.
And is this your vice?
This is one of them.
Bit of spam.
This is one of them, that and beer. But a lot of them are usually convenience foods, a lot of them eat ketchup, they eat all that sort of stuff.
This is lovely.
In they go. Now, I'll just wash my hands here, and I'll just want to turn these over, and you'll see, even in that amount of time, I've been chatting to you, there you go. Over they go, look at that.
Wow.
So that's what we're after. Now, be very careful, because it's very hot.
Yeah.
And they'll cook in probably 2 to 3 minutes. Now, to serve with that, my grandfather and my grandmother, who lived well into their 90s, used to have on their table onions, pickled onions, and they would have it with every dish. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. And it was always there, and it was like a dimpled bowl. It looked like a pint beer mug, that sort of thing, you know.
Well, whole onions?
No, just sliced onions.
Oh, wow.
And they always put malt vinegar and a pinch of sugar. And my grandmother, I think that's why she survived so long, that and whiskey always helped. And it was very simple. Here's my version of that. So here I've got a sliced red onion.
Yeah.
OK, to that I'm going to add a little pinch of sugar, not too much, 2 pinches of sugar.
What does that do there, Phil, the sugar?
It
It
just
obviously
takes the
sweetens
edge
up,
off
but
the
yeah,
vinegar.
right.
Yeah. Not
really
so
nice.
it's sweet, but it just breaks that up.
Oh, wow.
Pinch of salt, little pinch of pepper, and you add red wine vinegar on top of there.
Do you know what? That's a proper Boxing Day treat, that, isn't it? Like, it's got that lovely kind of cold meat bit. That's so
Yeah, it's
nice.
lovely.
It's a bit like a pickled onion, you know. I love pickled onions.
Yeah.
Now, I also want to show you this. You mix this up, OK, and this is no word of a
Just
lie.
malt vinegar, is it?
Yeah, this is red wine vinegar.
Sorry.
Or malt. And in 20 minutes, look at the colour difference. That's all it takes. So I would have these at home. I have it now still. Certain things like fried eggs, I love it on.
How long does it last?
That'll last forever. It won't go off.
Really?
It's vinegar. As long as it's...
Amazing.
As
Put it
long
in a
as
little jar.
Absolutely. As long as it has an acetic acid of about 6%,
Yeah.
then it'll last forever. Bear in mind, some vinegars are made from crude oil. So it's a derivative of crude oil. You'll say
Yeah.
a non-brewed condiment. But as long as it's 6% acetic acid, it'll last forever. So there you go.
Very cheap dish as well. Very reasonable dish.
Never cheap. It's always good value for money.
Good value for money.
Oh, I got torn off once.
Yeah, you're amazing. Thank you so
brilliant,
much.
Phil. Thank you.
That is brilliant. So tasty.
There you go.
For all the details of today's recipes and more delicious ideas from our amazing chefs, including Phil Vickery, download the free This Morning app.